Replacing the negatives in your life with positives. It's so easy to get lost in the negatives in life, but it is equally as important to replace these negatives with positive. It can be hard and sometimes even overwhelming to try and change your mindset, but it is worth the effort. This video will go over the steps for replacing the negatives in your life with positives. It can be hard to go through life experiencing a lot of pain and suffering, but there are ways to replace the negatives in your life with positives. These may vary from person to person, but finding what works for you is essential. Negative energy begets negative energy and positive energy begets positive energy. Therefore, if you want yourself and those around you to feel better, then it is essential that you start thinking positively. Just remember that every time you have a negative experience in your life, it's an opportunity for growth and change. Greetings and welcome to Empowerment Company. If you want to move your life ahead, you should replace the negatives in your life with positives. This video will show you how to take the negative influences in your life away and replace them with positives, so you will have increases in morale and productivity. Focus on the positive for success and peak performance. Most of us are not aware of the amount of negative influences in our lives. We are bombarded with negative messages from the media, the people around us, and most damaging of all, ourselves. The first step in the process in replacing negatives with positives in your life is to make a decision to start looking for the negative messages and ways to replace them with positives. Decide that you will focus on the positive in this world. Begin to drastically cut down on the amount of news you take in. Most people start their day with the news. Of course, most of the news shown today is bad news: fires, floods, bloodshed, and so forth. Then it is on to traffic and weather, which also stresses the negatives. So by the time you have finished your coffee, you have had enough bad news to last a week. Does these news make you want to throw open the door and greet the new day? Not. Quite the opposite. And how about the way we end the day? Many of us watch the news before going to bed and get a big dose of negative information just before trying to go to sleep. Is it any wonder so many people have trouble sleeping? The mood we are in before we go to sleep carries over to the next morning, so you are setting yourself up for starting the next day in a bad mood. Odds are you don't need all that negative information you are taking in from the news, and you will function just fine without it. Replace the news you are taking in with such things as motivational content, uplifting music, and sites such as happynews.com, that's stress good news. Also, reading empowering books helps a great deal. Books can be a fantastic way to recharge your life. Look for success stories, biographies of successful people, or non-fiction books that inspire. And see what works for you. Empowerment Company YouTube channel is another source of empowerment. Binge watch the videos on this channel today. You will begin to feel better right away. Your next step is to limit the amount of TV you watch. A recent study showed that 78% of the people watching TV are not interested in the program they are watching at any given time. So watching TV is probably making you bored at best, and taking you away from activities that would be more fun. Prime time is the period when most people are watching TV. You can make it your prime time by turning off the TV and using that time to move your life ahead. Next, you need to limit your exposure to negative people. Most people don't realize how draining it is to be around negative people, but they drain your energy and spirit in many ways. Negative people pull you down, so work to remove them from your life to the extent you can. Never get involved in the office pity party, or complaint sessions that come your way. Seek out people that support you and make you feel good being around. Harness these people by replacing the negative people in your life. The most damaging source of negativity is ourselves. Most of us generate lots of negative self-talk that our minds accept as the truth and results in our being held back in many ways. We focus on our shortcomings, our problems, and spend our time predicting more bad news for ourselves, generating lots of fear and worry, while undercutting our ability to try new things or progress in life. Begin to focus on the positive aspects of you. What are your unique strengths? What have you accomplished? How are you different and better than other people? Be true to yourself. Do this without pride and ego. Use visualization and affirmations to build images of yourself accomplishing the things you want, and use these to replace the negative images. Give yourself lots of credit for everything you do right, so you are getting even more positive news about yourself. Also, set aside 3 minutes every day to think about all the good things you have in your life right now. The process of thinking of the good things in your life will generate good feelings for you that will last much of the day. Don't forget to take care of your body. Eat healthy, cut out some bad habits, and get regular exercise in order to boost your self-esteem while building your strength and endurance, so you can accomplish more. Helping others will also help you feel better about yourself. Take time to get involved in a charity, animal shelter, or other activities that help others. You will get good feedback from others and develop a genuine sense that you are a good person. What you put out comes back to you, so make sure it is good that goes out. By replacing the negatives in your life with positives, you will make yourself and probably the world a better place. You will feel better mentally and physically, plus accomplish many of the things you wanted to. Nothing is ever accomplished without action, so start now to move your life ahead. We have to stop meeting any challenges with the same old mindset. We have to change our way of thinking. I'm not saying to have all the answers. Just have a lot of right questions. Know that you can't stop the bad things from happening, but you can choose how to react. It is not the belief in negatives that is emotionally destructive, it is the fear of them. The only way to get rid of the negatives in your life is to replace them with positives. Reginald Jr. at Empowerment Company. For motivation, practical knowledge, useful wisdom, encouragement and empowerment, subscribe to your channel. If you enjoyed this video and got some insights from it, then share positivity and give it a like. Leave a comment, tell us about that particular insight that got you motivated to replacing the negatives in your life with positives. Share this video with someone that needs to hear this. Thank you. Your likes, comments and shares help the channel. Let me reiterate, we all have the power to be positive and we should not hold on to negative feelings. It is important to acknowledge and release the negativity in your life and start living a more fulfilling, positive life.